George, guess what we did this weekend?
Well, you and Andrew, I wouldn't like to guess.
No, me and you. Even worse.
okay.
It was revolting. It was grim.
Did we perform in front of millions?
No.
Oh.
A couple hundred. We did our live show.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I don't know about you, but I had the best time. Oh, okay.
No, it was good fun. I really liked it.
Yeah, but you could be a bit more enthusiastic about that.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
God, I had a great time.
Yeah.
No, I did.
It was literally the most fun, and I feel like we both did really well. Everybody who was there, I've literally been getting messages from people saying it was the best night of their life, that they're like still not over it. They've been like writing me paragraphs. I'm like, do you know what? Fair enough, because we put a lot of effort into that show.
We did try to put some. We didn't want it to just be like the same podcast, but just with people watching.
Like we really realised the fact. Because at the end of the day, I've been to some podcast shows, and it's literally just like you go there and they're just doing the same thing that they do on the podcast, but on a stage.
Yes.
And whilst that can be fun if you're like really into the people,
Whilst that could be fun if you're fucking boring.
Yeah.
We tried to amp it up a little.
at the end of the day, you've paid money to go, so it needs to be an elevated version because people get to watch the podcast for free. You lucky buggers. What do you like? So I was like, they're actually paying.
Yeah.
And I think, what would they take? 3,000 each, the tickets?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, no, £20 each. Sorry, I got it confused. Can't even remember, to be honest, how much
rate.
it was. Yeah. But I feel like we just smashed it. I had the best time.
I had a good time. I thought it was good fun.
Yeah, Joe and Caspar did cameos.
They did.
That was
Caspar insisted on saying a line, and he ate up, but he did.
He got it so wrong, bless him. He literally
Max, did you eat all the oat milk?
He was just supposed to... So we planned, before the interval, Joe Sugg came on stage and told us...
We said, Joe, put it away. You can't be doing that on stage.
No. It was revolting. He came on and he was like, right, guys, you're late for a meeting, blah, blah, blah. Because the whole premise of the show, not to like give any of it away, because, you know, who knows what could be happening in the future. But
Maybe. Who said that? Nobody.
Nobody, what? I don't know what you're talking about. But it was a really cool show with a really cool concept. And Joe basically came in halfway through and was like, guys, what are you doing? You're late. Get back to your desks. And Joe was the most like...
It was literally it was like a Disney cameo. Yeah, that is exactly what it was like. Where they walk in, start their line, everyone sort of realizes who it is. Woo!
And Joe was
just there, like
just
waiting
not
for the
saying
line.
anything. He was so good. And then Caspar just made me
you can't
die.
say he was so good. But then Caspar.
No. Caspar was brilliant because that was the most Caspar way that I could possibly have imagined it to go. Like we told him, in the second half, all that he had to do was come on and pretend to make a cup of tea, because we had like a cabinet, a kettle and everything. We were playing a kettle sound effect, and then basically would just like interrupt us and we'd be like, what are you doing?
We thought it'd be funny if he just walks on and we barely just acknowledge that he's there and he just walks back off again.
Exactly. And we said, because we weren't originally going to ask him to say anything, because we were just like, if he doesn't need to, then there's no point. But he was like, no, I want to say something. So we said, right then, when we like kind of have a go at you for interrupting us, why don't you just go, hey, like Max George, do you know where the oat milk is? And he literally went, Max, have you eaten the oat milk?
Did you see somebody tagged us in a story, and it was one they tagged Caspar in as well, and they were filming it, although they just posted it being like, oh my god, Caspar's here, but they left the sound on so you can hear him say it, and then their friend in the background goes, did he just say eating the oat milk?
Bless him. It was so brilliant. I literally like... That is perfection to me.
But the best bit is I know he went home after that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just playing over in his head.
He was looking at himself in the mirror like, idiot, like 1,000%. But, I loved it. It was so good. But, yeah, the whole show was just the best. I just really enjoyed it. We literally got such good reviews. Everyone was saying that, like, we seemed so natural, which I can only agree.
Max's tan is not natural.
How dare you? It's not. You're right.
It's not. It's deathly.
And we got to do a meet and greet.
We did. That was really weird. I've never done a meet and greet before.
Like having people draw. Someone. Oh my god! I said I was going to bring it in. I completely forgot. But somebody drew a picture of us.
I think it might be in the bin over.
Shut up! I genuinely believe you. Then I was like, what? No, I was going to hang it up there. But they drew a picture of me and George, and it was so good. What else did we get? I got gifted
Gifted.
Gifted.
That's such an influential
Someone
thing
gifted
to
it
say.
to me. No, literally.
I got gifted.
I got a gift that was a tortoise teddy because my tortoise is dead. And that was a kind of a running theme throughout the evening. People continuously brought up my dead tortoise to me.
I would never do that.
No, because you're really disrespectful. I mean, respectful. Sorry, I'm not very well after this weekend, if you can't tell. But yeah, what a night. What a night. And just very proud of you, George.
Stop it, you.
For pulling it out the bag. And because people don't realise this, obviously, when George is on camera, he's great. But when the cameras go down, he's so fucking boring. He literally... like has nothing to him, like no person. You're all like, why hasn't George got a girlfriend? He has no personality whatsoever. Like literally, I'd even say he's arguably less attractive as soon as the cameras go down as well. There's just something about him. It like instantly.
That's unnecessary. Just
his eyes just like
camera.
go like a weird like pinky grey colour. It's just like you look a bit deathly and diseased. And
you are
instant
not
downgrade.
one to talk.
In every aspect of you. So I was kind of like, God, how's he gonna, live up to this
Still
expectation
going,
that
apparently.
people have of him, of being an attractive and nice person? But you did a good job at acting.
Did those
you
roasts
really
cut
did.
deep? Did they? You felt like you needed to.
Right. So me and George also roasted each other. Should we say like?
Not as we normally do. We did it in a different way.
Should we say two of our favourite jokes that we did?
Okay, go on then. You can go for yours.
Okay then. Let me.
Well, you've got
let me
favourite
look at
ones
them.
from your ones that you did.
Shut the fuck up. Let me actually look at them.
God, I don't even know which ones to pick.
Oh my God, this was by far my favourite. Yeah, so sorry for context. At the end of the live show, we did a roast where we took turns roasting each other. And this was one of my favourite jokes. George looks like a mixture of Will from The In-Betweeners and Mr. Tumnus from Narnia. I think that is top notch and so unbelievably accurate.
When I was in Dubai with filming for Chris, they said, "What's the half man, half horse? What are they called? They're called like centaurs. Yeah. They were like, Arthur said, it was like, George, you look like a centaur if they made it back into a human.
What the fuck? That is so. That Mr. Tumnus. Oh my God, that is brilliant. What the hell?
Really
That's so
upset
true.
me.
Right, come on. What was one of your favourites from me?
God, I don't know. What was a good one?
Yeah, what was a good one?
I think this one was a clever one. Andrew said that he was a fan of me before Max. So despite being from a little town called Darwin, Max isn't even his boyfriend's natural selection.
That was good. Wow, that's horrible. But it was good. It was one of those where I had to think about it and I was like, oh, science.
You literally said,
yeah,
that's good because science.
Yeah, it was. I was literally like, makes sense. I get it. Right, one more. So George literally just made gay jokes about me, which was too expected.
Didn't make. None of them were really. The punchlines were being gay.
Are you joking? Literally, one of them, you just went, Max is so gay, and stopped talking there.
I stopped talking because everybody laughed.
Everybody laughed.
That's just comedy, that is, Max.
I said, isn't it ironic that George has stood here making gay joke after gay joke about me when George is the one that can't communicate with women? Have you seen him on the podcast? Chloe Burrows sat opposite us and spoke for an hour about her Love Island experience. Meanwhile, the only noise that left George's body were the beads of sweat dripping down his forehead, screaming, "Don't get a boner! Don't get a boner!" I loved that one. I loved it. I was like, well done, mate.
I watched them back and I kept thinking, why is he getting such big cheers? It's because after all of it, she went, I love that. Cheer if you like that one. And everyone was like...
Because I was like, guys, come on, bring it up. Yeah. Right, one more from you, George.
What do I like? This one got a good laugh. It got a clap, actually.
Oh, wow.
Max finds excuses to not go to the gym so often. His PT calls him Max skips leg day.
That is great. I like that a lot.
One.
Yeah. Wow, what a show. What a show. And
if you want to hear more of them, go over to my TikTok account. I've got a full plethora on show.
You do. It's terrifying.